Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
New at 5, a video going viral of a man opening fire on a house. It's 478 pages long. What's really in it? How Michigan's new budget is going to impact everything from getting kids to read to fixing the roads. And a new leader for the Red Wings. Turns out Steve Yzerman didn't have to look all that far for the team's next coach.
And we are going to begin here at 5 with the weather and storms moving through Metro Detroit right now.
We do need the rain. We know that. But this holiday weekend, maybe not the best of timing.
No, not at all. Let's get right over to Paul for the latest.
Yeah, and the most notable weather right now is just north of I-69. We're talking about Lapeer County right here. That's this storm right here. Solid downpours, torrential downpours. We got some lightning here. Let's put a storm track on it. And we'll do the storm track from the lead edge of the most notable part of that storm. It's moving east at about 30 miles per hour. So you can see it's going to be in Yale at about 5:35 and Brown City by about 5:18. So this thing is moving due eastward. As far as the rest of the area is concerned, let's just go back out. Whoop, and do that one more time here. There we go. The rest of the area, it is just generally light rain. This is good, beneficial rain here. Most of it is south of 8 Mile here. Now, there's another batch to the west that we're keeping an eye on. This stuff right here, moving east-northeastward. So I think we're going to have to delay the start of the Tiger game, but I think we will play the game in its entirety without interruption once it starts. In the rain-cooled air, 70s right now, and the dew point's well into the 60s, very steamy. And once we get that rain out of there, the temperatures in Detroit just holding in the 70s for the rest of the game. I'll be back with your holiday weekend forecast in just a few.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Paul. Now, we have seen some weather move through, but so far it doesn't seem to be impacting folks making that trip up north.
Let's take a live look. Northbound I-75 in Clarkston, you see things moving really smoothly at this hour. MDOT reporting a few short backups, though, in the Saginaw and Bay City areas.
And for those folks taking to the skies, delays are already starting to pile up. This is FlightAware's misery map. It shows delays and cancellations at major airports all across the country. You can see major hubs like New York, Atlanta, and Houston are dealing with some trouble. 680 flights have been delayed so far nationwide, 18 of them coming from Metro Airport.
If you're hitting the road for the holiday, gas prices continue to dip a bit back below the $5 mark. Here at home, AAA says drivers paying an average of $4.97 a gallon. It is down 2 cents from yesterday, 12 cents compared to a week ago. Across the country, AAA says drivers are paying an average of $4.84 a gallon. That is down 8 cents compared to a week ago. Still plenty expensive to be driving around. As we get ready to celebrate the holiday, local fire departments are worried about fireworks and the fires that they could start. I guess maybe the rain will help that too.
Yeah, well, but obviously dry conditions there are a big concern, especially with what we've seen over the past few days and weeks, really across the region. Priya Mann joins us live tonight with that story.
Yeah, Karen, Devin, you mentioned the rain that's coming down. It's not going to be enough to give us kind of that soaking we need to prevent any potential fires from all of that dry grass. We're talking about sparklers and those little fireworks all the way to the big ones that make that loud explosion. There's ways that you can have a lot of fun this holiday weekend and stay safe.
When they come in for shells and want to light the sky up and make all the noise, this is the one that goes boom the biggest.
From the Hercules all the way down to sparklers, some are planning a momentous July 4th holiday weekend.
This is one of the holidays that's about family picnics, and everybody usually do this thing together jointly.
But what comes up must come down, and in some cases fireworks can lead to dangerous fires.
We don't want it to land on that roof, those shingles, that gutter. Those are flammable, and that can start a home fire.
The Detroit Fire Department is reminding families that fireworks should be lit at least 25 feet away from their home.
Before you light a firework, before you purchase a firework, you should be having your plan already set.
Chief James Harris says dry lawns can also pose a serious risk.
Keep a bucket around with water in it, keep a water hose around, and make sure you extinguish these fireworks when you finish using them.
Remember, only light one firework at a time. Never throw fireworks in your hands or pick up or reignite a firework that fails to light. The folks over at Team Leader Fireworks on West McNichols say always read the instructions and only adults should set off fireworks.
Safety is number one. As far as the rules and the hours, the state of Michigan is listed on their website, the times you can do. You can't be blowing up fireworks at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's certainly right. You can't be blowing up fireworks at all hours of the night. Of course, you want to be mindful of your neighbors as well as, the neighbors who have four-legged friends at home. Fireworks can be really loud for them. As for that ordinance that he was talking about, you could start lighting fireworks on your property starting from this Wednesday, and it runs through July 4th at 11:45 p.m. That is the hard cutoff. So 11:45 and July 4th, that is the last firework you can light at your home. And of course, have a great holiday weekend and stay safe. Reporting live from downtown Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Priya. Good holiday to you as well. All right, now to a really wild scene that was caught on camera on Detroit's west side.
A video going viral showing a man opening fire on a home.
It happened yesterday on Ferguson Street, and a manhunt stretched into the night. Grant Herms is live tonight. Grant, police did get their guy.
Karen, Devin, they sure did, but that only came after a wild chase. 2 shootings at the same home, a stolen car with weapons inside, and now they are still looking for a former Detroit police officer tonight. Wild viral video from Detroit's west side taken yesterday afternoon and posted by the Instagram page Metro Detroit News, viewed more than a combined 280,000 times. A man hopping out of his car with a rifle and firing directly into a home off Ferguson Street. According to Detroit police, this man shot up the home twice on Thursday. First around 11:15 in the morning and then returning later that afternoon around 2:30. The man seen in another video dancing around with the rifle in the street, at one point propping the gun up on the roof of a car. But that time a man inside the home was waiting. He fired back, but was shot in the finger. The shooter running off, where things escalated even more.
During that time, he was we found a vehicle that he had taken without his permission, and we recovered a couple of weapons.
That stolen car belonging to a former Detroit police officer.
The suspect we took into custody last night is a neighbor with our retired police officer. So we have that car with our suspect, and we're still looking for our former officer.
Police eventually capturing the shooter. Viral infrared camera video from the air shows officers chasing and eventually arresting him Thursday night around 11 p.m. near Schaefer and Tyerman. But the investigation is still ongoing, and police are asking for any help they can.
It's scary. I mean, like I said, this is an individual just terrorizing a neighborhood. And I can tell you right now, we have no idea why.
All right, and this is that former Detroit police officer they are looking for right now. His name is Stefan Hodo. Take a good look at his picture here. Now, police say they're not sure if he's somehow wrapped up in all this, but they are definitely concerned for his safety, so they are asking anybody who may know where he is to call Detroit police right away. Back to you.
Curious about what the chief is saying about this upcoming holiday weekend.
Well, now we know that overall violent crime in Detroit has been trending down recently, but the 4th of July is frequently a very busy time for Detroit police. So the chief told us yesterday that he's hoping everybody keeps their cool over this long weekend, but they will be out and they will be watching. Back to you.
All right, Grant. A golf course in Livingston County was forced to close this holiday weekend after fire destroyed almost everything inside the clubhouse.
Falkwood Shores Golf Club is in Genoa Township on Hughes. As Nick Monticelli found out, the fire wasn't the only challenge for firefighters.
You get a lot of local golfers out here. It's just extremely popular. After work, people pop on out. We do a lot of leagues, golf outings. It's kind of devastating, actually.
From the outside, the fire at Falkwood Shores Golf Club doesn't seem too bad. Then you look inside. While the clubhouse still stands, it will have to be gutted and rebuilt.
Wow. What is that?
The general manager, Ken Johnson, says the timing could not be worse. The 4th of July weekend is a big one.
It's a huge golf weekend. It's a huge golf weekend. But right now, I don't have the amenities or the facilities to be able to accommodate anybody.
Now, the fire itself started inside of the kitchen. They're not exactly sure where. That's what investigators are trying to sort out as we speak. But making matters even worse, there are no fire hydrants in this area.
It's here, so we're calling a lot of different partners to help us out, Howell, Hamburg, Green Oak. So you'll see a lot of crews bringing water to us, and then we shuttle it that way.
Cole Richards started golfing when he was 13, and he was working here by 16.
You know, this is basically kind of like a second family to me. Put in so many hours and stuff like that. Sad to see what happened. I'm just really glad that, no one was here, everybody's safe.
Everyone is safe so everyone can get to work. Reopening as soon as possible.
We're going to make arrangements to get a trailer, bathroom facilities. We'll have to get a hold of the health department, make sure we can operate out of whatever facilities we set up. We'll do whatever we can to get the building, if it's possible, rebuilt, but it's going to take some time.
In Genoa Township, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
The clubhouse was originally a farmhouse back in the late 1800s, and then it was converted in 1969. 4 years ago, a development company bought it and then remodeled everything inside. So what was destroyed in this fire was essentially brand new.
All right, breaking news right now at 5. The prosecution team in the Flint water crisis has filed motions to continue the case against former Governor Snyder and 8 others. The first motions apply to the defendants facing felony charges and asking for the cases to be remanded to the district court for preliminary exams. Second motions apply to the defendants charged only with misdemeanors. Earlier this week, Michigan Supreme Court, of course, ruled a judge sitting as a one-person jury had no power to issue indictments. We will follow it and see where it goes. Well, he's definitely got a big job ahead of him. Steve Yzerman has his new coach for the Red Wings and didn't have to look too far to find him.
4 days ago, Derek Lalonde was coaching as an assistant in the Stanley Cup Finals. Today, he's taken on a new challenge as the Red Wings' new head coach.
Rod Maloney bringing us sports tonight with what Lalonde has to say as he met the media today.
Speaking of new challenges.
Yes, I love this.
You got this, Rod.
Steve Yzerman made his first coaching change as general manager. Comes in the form of an old friend, it turns out. Stevie had first met Lalonde 4 years ago when then Tampa Bay head coach John Cooper hired Lalonde as an assistant on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Lalonde also helmed other American Hockey League squads like the Toledo Walleye. And today, Lalonde hinted at how he intends to improve his new team.
We need to improve our team defense. We need to improve the risk in our game. We need to improve what was important for us, those important habits of winning. And I think every team looks to do that. So, yes, obviously Tampa was in a different spot than we are here. We were in a win now, championship caliber type team. But it was the same type of things that got us from good to Stanley Cup champion.
High hopes there. Now, Lalonde is making a return to Michigan as the 28th coach in Red Wings history, 20 years after starting his career at Ferris State University, and he is a former goalie.
Nice connection there, but yes, he can bring what he had in Tampa Bay.
Wouldn't that be nice? He says it's about process. Remember Larry Brown? Pistons?
Yes, process. Yes, right.
We'll see if it works.
Good deal.
Hope so. All right. Thank you, Rod.
Much more to come on this Friday.
Yeah, let's check in with Evrod.
Project Greenlight cameras. There are hundreds of them across the city of Detroit. But who's watching them and where? I'm Evrod Cassimy. Come inside as DPD shows us how they're monitoring the city 24/7 and see who's helping businesses get their cameras because they feel that it makes the community safer.
All right, Evrod, also as you get ready to head up north, businesses there dealing with a critical worker shortage. Have you heard that before? What some of your favorite spots are doing to try to make it work and what you need to know before you go. Paula.
We spent the day with experts crunching the numbers of this historic new state budget, $76 billion. In about a minute and a half, I'm going to tell you why you're going to love hearing about this before starting your weekend. That story coming up at 5.